Hello. Hello. It is I, Gillian, and my eye is not looking directly at you sometimes, and I'm listening for things. You know what I should do? One moment, please. Okay. I double locked the front door so that if he comes back, I'll hear him. My roommate is trying to kill me. That's the bottom line. Let me tell you, this is my second COVID-19 era roommate. The first one, I explained everything. I'm like, I'm very serious about it. And, I need somebody else in here who's serious about it and not bringing the cooties in. And he was like, the first one was like, I don't have a girlfriend right now, and I have a very small social circle, and if anything, I'll go hiking and stuff with one of my friends, but otherwise, I'm totally not partying and stuff like that. He moved in, and within a week of moving in, he was totally the opposite of what he said. He was going on a date every single weekend. Never mind. I think I have shared the story about him. So, okay. We end up being cool, though. We end up being great friends, and he's really doing everything he can within his belief system about COVID to keep me safe. I figure, okay, he's moving out. Let's concentrate on the next one. Once again, let's make sure that the post about the rental includes those details about how serious I am, and I'm needing a roommate who is going to do everything they can to keep the house safe. And that means when they're out in the world, they care enough about it that they're wearing their masks. Maybe they're even wearing gloves if they go into grocery stores or whatever. And if they're not doing that, they're at least using sanitizer. They're washing their hands. They're conscious. They're trying not to touch their face. And the whole thing, the social distancing, right? And at least believing that it's an actual, honest to goodness, could kill you cootie, rather than thinking that it's just some little cold or flu. So the post that I put in Craigslist when I advertised this room the second time, which would have been August, included, all of those details. And then I met this person on Zoom. We met on Zoom first because he was in another state at the time, and we talked, and I was very candid about it, and he said all the right things. And then he flew out to meet me and see the room so we could see if I wanted to take the ad down and if he was going to be the one. And he was the one, and he was wearing his mask, and we even did a forbidden hug at the end of signing everything, and him giving me the deposit and stuff, and he was all like hugging me like this, like I'm right here, and he's like turning his head, so he seemed to be appropriately afraid of COVID-19. I was like, okay, cool, so he's gonna be like, good. So he moves in, and then we get to kind of know each other, through conversations in the kitchen and whatnot. And he's a conspiracy theorist. And so on top of the world being flat, and us never having been to the moon, and how do you know the moon is round anyway? Have you ever seen the other side of the moon? It's just a disc, he says. Besides those things, he also believes that COVID-19 is nothing more than a flu, a cold. For me, I have 3 friends who are doctors. One is retired. 2 of them are still in it. And those guys would not lie to me. They have no reason to lie to me. No reason to lie to me. One of them owns a pharmaceutical research company. They're not wasting their time. They're not like spending all this effort to create, one of the companies, rushing to make a vaccine and whatnot. They're not doing that for nothing. you know? Oh my God. And then I've lost a couple friends. Like, they're not here anymore. And then I have friends who were so sick, So sick. One of them is voluntarily giving up platelets. I think once a week he's going in to do that. He had it so bad and he's recovered now, and he knows that what's in his blood can help other people. I mean, it is so serious. And we've got doctors and nurses who are like on their last, like they're fatigued. They're tired. How much longer can they do this? We're in like a serious situation. And unfortunately, algorithms have led some very intelligent people to make some really bad decisions, and they think, of course, that I've lost my mind. I'm one of the people who's lost their minds. And what's even more frustrating, that I, did 20 years of radio and was a broadcast journalist most of the time, to hear people say that the news reports that we're getting right now are fake, not real. There are no loaded hospitals. There are no, cases, areas where there are so many people sick that they're worried they're running out of space in their hospitals. It's really frustrating. It's really, really scary. And what I know is that I need, somebody here who doesn't feel that. But I like him. He's a nice guy. You know what I mean? He's a nice guy. And my people-pleasing part had a hard time writing that email last night, but I wrote it. And I'm trying to get past the part that he blatantly lied. Damn, I hate the L word. But, he didn't tell me his truth. Had he told me his truth in, response to what I was asking for in terms of the subject, COVID-19, and keeping us safe and keeping the house clean, it wouldn't have worked out. I wouldn't have let someone move in who thinks it's just a cold or flu. And for you people who think it's just a cold or flu, how about, people are wearing masks. They're wearing masks, they're sanitizing their hands and stuff, and they're getting diluted doses of the cootie. That's what the masks are supposed to do. It's supposed to end up feeling like maybe just a it is supposed to feel like a cold or flu because it actually gets diluted by, if the cootie's coming at you, you want the fibers of your mask to catch at least some of it, which is what's going on. With an N95, it's going to catch damn near all of it, right? But with the normal masks that we're wearing, these face coverings, it's not going to catch all of it because they're not N95s. But those fibers are going to catch a bunch and dilute what you end up getting. So yeah, colds and flus is what it feels like. And I'm hearing from, like, there was a report, a doctor was interviewed, and he's talking about how his patient is laying there dying. This patient is no longer here. She died of COVID, and she's all like, what's wrong with me? What do you mean COVID? There is no COVID-19. Really? There are people with COVID-19 who say there's no. I'm just done. So anyway, I'm sharing this because if anybody else is in a situation like that, this is life and death. For real. And if not for me, for my parents, I'm up here counting days every time he goes to a party. I'm like, okay, count 10 to 14 days, to know if everything is okay. Because he won't test because he doesn't want his name on a positive test. It's the whole conspiracy theory thing. Oh my God. So that's it for now. I think I'm hearing doors and shit, so I gotta go. But yeah, you're up to date. I'll keep you posted on what happens. He's been gone all day today, which is not normal lately. I think that's part of his reaction. And maybe he's out looking for a place to move. I'll let you know. See ya. Stay safe out there.